recall. And if I stumble and fall, if I make a mess of it all, remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall. Remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall.
Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? Yep, it's a Sunday and I am filming for you guys. I've got like 3-4 shows and I have taken your advice because a lot of you said that you wanted sister to sister. There has to be some kind of disconnect because I always do sister to sister. All the topics that I do, I relate them to sister because you got to have topics. You got to have things that will flow, you know, because you want people to watch. So anyway, I've listened to what you said and there'll be more videos. There'll be more fashion, more sister to sister, more fitness, and what else? More of everything. But I'm not going to color my hair. No. I'm 55. I'm a mom. I like my black hair. What's left of it because the grays are coming. And all of my love. Thank you for the constructive criticism. I owe you everything. All of my love. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are you, darlings? How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome. We are coming into autumn. And here in London, I am wearing, for the first time in a very long time, my husband's family kilt, called McRae. Ula's mother was Scottish and it was so unfortunate. She had passed away before Ula and I got married, but she was Scottish, and some of you that have been here longer than others will know how we used to go to Scotland, East Kilbride, of which I was raised. We lived in Scotland, East Kilbride, for 6 years. Unbeknownst to us, that Ula and I lived in the same vicinity in East Kilbride. Can you believe it? And one of the most wonderful things Ula did when we got together, we took a trip back to Scotland and he took me back to my primary school, Canberra Primary School. Yes, before it got demolished, and there's I think another building there now. Needless to say, I am wearing the family kilt, the McRae. It was made for me once I married Ula. Just look at the back. Is this not gorgeous? And Adrian also has his own kilt. It's fall, so we are wearing all of these inspirations and warm textures. The shirt is gorgeous and it's by H&M. I think it was like the fall collection. I absolutely love it. It's a wonderful knit, and that's what we are working with today. Anyway, my darlings, why are we here? We are here because I put up a little itty bitty kind of suggestion on our community page. I say our community page because that's where we kiki and you tell me what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of. So this morning, to be precise, of which I got from Instagram, but I felt, oh, this could be something. And it says here, married women, what are those battles you fight silently without your parents knowing? Let's chat. That was the topic. And for me, I thought, you know what, let me elaborate on that. What are the silent struggles and battles married women face in general, and they don't have anywhere to, you know, air out their grievances? And so we had comments. One of them said, I miss my unmarried self. This marriage life is not as easy as they made it out to seem. I won't get married in my next life. The stress is not worth it, having to put yourself last while taking care of everyone. The second one, I'm a maid in my house. No one cares even when I'm sick. I have to get up and clean, get my kids ready for school. I sometimes miss me, not the granny I see when I look into the mirror. Then the third one said, he doesn't help with the kids. His support is only financially. I do school meetings, extra activities, pick up and drop offs alone, night routine alone, feeding, bathings, and still go to work. I do everything for the kids. I buy the groceries, even though he earns 4 times what I earn. I can't even buy myself clothes. I'm lucky I wear uniform to work. So she doesn't even have to think about what she has to wear because the uniform is there to help her. I'm separated from my husband and no one in my family or his family knows the tears I cry every day. It's been 6 months. I moved out with only my clothes and important documents in my abusive marriage. I divorced him and I'm free and an independent woman. I no longer have feelings for him. We are just roommates. I'm preparing my exit plans. Marriage is not for everyone. Imagine being faithful to your husband while he is messing around, playing with your feelings, also making you feel as if you don't deserve to be loved. Tears. When I see people talk about their husbands not helping them, I go down on my knees and I thank God for my husband. Sometimes in a week, I will be to the kitchen just once. I'll be in the kitchen just once and bathe my kids only on the weekend. My husband does almost everything at home because he knows it won't be easy for me to come back home after work and still cook and bathe the kids. Don't get me wrong. I do cook sometimes after work, especially when I'm craving that food. My husband works at night and I will be the one to take the kids to school while he will pick them up in the evening. I'm blessed. I pray no Jezebel comes in. It's been 5 wonderful years with him and I have never once regretted. I felt it was very important to have this conversation. I used to be a makeup artist on this channel. I still am, so I can apply makeup. Okay? No negative comments, please. Okay. I love this conversation, and pray for me, sis. I am trying to get studio space so that we can have Fumi Nation and we can have these open discussions, because I really don't care about my opinion, but I'm the only one here, so that's the only one I can give. I tell you this, I am extremely happy to have these conversations because I have girlfriends that have not married. I had girlfriends that were married when I was single, and I have girlfriends that are married that are not happy, and I have only one girlfriend who has a happy home like I. Only one. It's important to be honest. I don't think that we as women, we are our sister's keeper enough. If you have gone through a passage or you have had experience, be honest about the experience and don't let your baby sisters make the same mistakes if they can avoid them because you are being honest. And I loved it because the first one that said, I miss my single life. I, Fumidesaluvold, I talked to Ula about it this morning because I knew I was going to do this episode. I also miss the days when I was single. I miss it. Why, Fumi? Because I had all of this time, all of this free time, and I didn't know I had it. I can do anything I want. I can film whenever I want. I can go live whenever I want. I can go out whenever I want. I would go out before Adrian, because that's the way we do it in this house. Before Adrian, after Adrian. I could go out and tell Ula, you know what? I'm going to go to Christina's place. I'm going to hang out with her. I might come back. I might not. Tonight. Do you see what I'm saying? Or Ula would come in from the office and say, Fumi, you know what? There's a last minute discussion. I just might have to take that flight and go to Oslo. It was so easy to do. But when we had Adrian, we are on a schedule because everything surrounds Adrian. I can't just get up and go. Even if you have a nanny, of which is a luxury, because some people can't afford a nanny. Even if you do have a nanny, the nanny closes at a certain time. You have to be back to do the handover. Don't get me wrong. I live and love Adrian, and I only have one child, and a beautiful, wonderful, golden child. He's such a good boy. And still, there are a million things I wish I could do. So I have my week plan, and I don't deviate from that plan because it becomes a domino effect. That is what I miss. I miss that I could just really and truly just do whatever, whenever. I don't have to think about anything. And that is not to say I don't love my husband and my son. I live and love Adrian. And I'm happy that I'm in a happy marriage. It's so important for me to say that to you girls out there. It's not about getting the ring. It's not about the wedding and the wedding dresses and all of that. And believe you me, I understand the celebration because it's going to take work. It's going to take responsibility, and not everybody can hack it. Not everybody. And children will bring out the best and the worst in you, even though they are blessings. And you just might be a single mom in a marriage. It's good and it's important to say it, so that the ladies behind us know that it is not a fairy tale. It's not. The rewards of the hard work are the wonderful moments and times that you get to spend together. I drop Adrian off in the mornings, every single morning. I talk to his teachers. I make sure that he has everything. I give him a kiss or a bundle of kisses, and I see him walk off. And I see my heart walk off with him. And as soon as I turn around, I clamp to beast mode. I need to work out. I need to get the house in order. I need to make sure that I film, that I edit, that I have my businesses that I'm doing on the side. Tic-tac-toe, because Adrian closes at a certain time. We have the nanny. Now, having the nanny, who is paying? You got to pay the nanny. Hello. And you got to make sure that you have a nanny that you can trust. You also want to make sure that the nanny that you have shows up. Because there are times when they just don't show up. It's this excuse, that excuse, this excuse. I'm not talking about mine. I'm talking about the stories that I discuss with my girlfriends about married life, about children. Because you will always be responsible your entire life. You enter your coffin because you're a mother. I don't care how old your child is. And I've read the comments. Your son can be 40, 50, 65 even. That's your baby. That's your child. It never changes. You always worry about your children. You always worry as a mother. I always worry. It's the worst part of parenthood. You worry. You worry because you love them. And so that is a huge part. But you have to work, and you have to share the responsibilities. And some husbands work late, or they're not at home, or their work takes them somewhere else. So what you gonna do? You have to now, sometimes you're going to do 60, 70, 80% of the work. You're going to take care of them, pick them up. You got to bathe them. They've got to eat. You have to have structure in your home. So the structure that you did not have, all of a sudden you got to have it. And sometimes some husbands, not all, they will now weaponize the fact that they are the ones that are financially taking care of the home. And so they'll ill-treat you in certain ways. You never know till you know. That's why I say, know the man. Ula and I talked. We talked. Step outside of the bedroom for a minute and talk to him and know who he is and know how many children he wants. How does he want to raise his children? A huge part is, do not be around in-laws, his or yours. You leave your parents to have your own family. Your in-laws should not have any bearing or influence to your home. You have to run your home the way you want to run your home. That's another issue. You also have to talk about finances. Ula was fantastic. He took care of me. He still does. But Ula was financially stable. And I asked, how much do you earn after tax? Not before tax, after tax. Yes, I did. I really was not concerned about, oh, we're going to have a good time. This brass, how much do you earn? I asked. It's important. Money goes a long way. Anybody that tells you different is not telling the truth. Because there are certain things that will make things better for you, and that is money. Money will make things better. You don't have to be rich, but I'm talking about that you are able to have support. If you don't have family support, friend support, you will have to hire support because you're doing everything yourself. And let me tell you, you can do it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 7 weeks, 3 months, but you will burn out. There'll be a time when you say, what about me? And they are right and it's valid. Who asks about me? Who checks in and says, Fumi, how are you doing? I do it every single time. Are you happy? Ula, how are you? How was your day? Check in with your spouse. Because, like I said, the bedroom, you might not visit as much. After having kids, you just might not. You got other stuff to do and responsibilities and bills to pay, teachers, parents, meetings, and so on and so forth. And if you have a job, and thank you, Lord, that the job I have gives me the opportunity to wear makeup and dress up, because you can absolutely lose yourself. You gain the weight from pregnancy, or you lose the weight, or you're a little bit unkept, and you look at yourself in the mirror sometimes and you don't recognize yourself. I'm going to put some pictures up. It happens to the best of us. It happened to me, and I stood there and I wept, because when I got married to Ula, I was 120 pounds, soaking wet, maybe 118. I was fabulous. I was coming out of California, where you have to be bikini ready, because I did the show, or what was it, Entourage. I was a bikini girl. I was a Victoria Models girl. Yes, I was. And I looked at myself like this, and I said, I don't recognize myself. There's a lot that a woman goes through. And that cute, slinky woman that you used to be disappears before your eyes. And you are mama, you are doctor, you are driver, you're taking care of IKEA appliances. Everybody is coming to you. What do I do? What do I eat? Mama this, mama that, mama the door, mama I need new sneakers, mama I need this. And hubby will come to you, hey baby, how are you? You know, I need some love. You are giving and giving and giving until you're an empty tank. You have to stop. Press all the way back. I need time too. Do you know that I was having a manicure. I was having a manicure, pedicure, and Ula called me. I was tired that week, when I tell you. I was breastfeeding Adrian. I was still breastfeeding Adrian, but I had pumped and I put some milk, for him to have. But, Ula too, we were having a tough week. Adrian cried every single night. And we didn't know what it was. We had taken him to the GP, pediatrician, and he just said that, sometimes children cry. He didn't know what it was. When I tell you, we were beyond exhausted. And my nails were frayed, and one of the nails had cut into my my toe. So I went for a pedicure, and I saw Ula coming towards me. And the manicurist knows. Said, Fumi. You know what my first reaction was? I don't know these people. I don't know them. I don't know these white people. I don't know them, because Adrian was born very light, very white. I don't know these folks. It was not I don't love them. I was just tired. I was tired, and I knew Adrian going to start crying, and I would have to stop my pedicure, and I would have to take him in my arms. And I was kind of annoyed. Ula, why are you here? Oh, for me, I really think that he just wants you. He just has not stopped crying since you walked out of the door. And you find yourself in those situations. You are everything to everyone. And it is tough if you don't have the love and the support and the financial stability. And that is why I say, ladies, before you can get married, but make sure that before you have a child, that you are financially stable. It is so important because you are going to, with your child, be begging to the man for your welfare. And the thing here is that everybody is in shock mode. I've said it before, it's all cutesy. Yes, they have children, you see them in church, they're going on vacations, they're this. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. You really do not. You really do not know what happens behind closed doors. And people will tell you a lot of lies. My wake-up call, and I have an episode of it, was we were taking it in turns. And I was sleeping with Adrian, and I was downstairs in the other bedroom. And Ula, on repeat, wakes up, makes breakfast. You can smell the coffee, you can smell the breakfast, and then he comes to get us, and then we all come down and we eat together. This particular day, this particular morning, Ula did not. Can you hear Adrian crying? I have to go down and see what is wrong with him. I'll be right back. You see what I mean? Woo. I don't know why he was upset, but you know, he's okay. Emily is with him. And that's life. That's life. When you are married, you have more responsibilities. You have to be prepared to take it on. My advice, marry your best friend. Because your husband, above all else, is the person that you are with the most and the longest in this life, hopefully. He's your partner in everything, even though the partnership might not be equal. Michelle Obama said it. There were 10 years when she did not like Obama very much. Those were the years when the children were little, because she sacrificed so much because he had this career. And so she had to take care of the children, had to make the decision making. It can be very taxing. And if you are not prepared, the relationship will crumble. The relationship crumbling, with the children will suffer. And some people don't get back to it. And so you find yourself crying and you're sad and you're all of these things. But if you are able to financially contribute, and I do it in this home, yes I do. It gives me a little bit of freedom to do what I gotta do. I promise you, I cannot do it without Ula. I cannot do it without my nannies, because my nannies are here, but they go home. Then Ula and I have our schedules. 99% of the time, I drop Adrian off, Ula picks him up. Sometimes when Ula can, we drop him off and we both pick him up. But there are so many other things in between. You have to spend time with your children, because children don't care how much money you have. Children don't care where you're living. All they want is the love. They need the family time. Every single time when we have school meetings, the first thing they say, Adrian is so happy. He's so happy, such a happy boy. Because Ula and I make it a point that anytime when we have a debate, we don't do it in front of him. No, we do not. And every evening, as much as we can, we spend the evenings together and the mornings together. Yes, we do. And it takes a lot of work. And when I tell you it's a step and repeat, it's not even a step and repeat. It is a lifestyle, because it will always be that. And the children will grow, and the children will demand and require different things. 110%. And you have to be there for them. They look to you as their everything. Where are they to go if they don't come to you? The thing here now is that you have to know when to take some time out to take care of yourself. Your husband has to be understanding towards you. And you also have to take the time when you say, you know what, I'm going to do this for me. I'm going to get this for me. I'm going to go on a girl's trip. This is how this girl's trip starts. Because you do miss your single life. And you make friends with other mothers. And because you're going through the challenge. Now, before I go, I'm going to mention a very valid point. When I was single, and I was single until I was 40, I got married at 40, you heard the whispers, oh, Fumi can't relate. She's not married, so she is not relatable. Oh, Fumi can't understand. She doesn't have children. She's not what? Relatable. Was it hurtful? 110%. It was only when I got married that I realized what they were talking about. It is a very callous and careless thing to say. You should never say that about your single girlfriends. And I'm telling you now, a lot of married women are envious of their single girlfriends, but they will never say it. Instead, they will throw that at them to make them feel bad. But the truth of the matter is that there has to be some sort of balance. Where we, as married women, it's a tough undertaking because it's no longer about you, and you're going to be responsible about everybody at the table. Yes, you are. You're the matriarch. If you do not know, you are of that generation, of this household, of where you have children and your children will have children. You are the matriarch. But also show love and respect to your single sisters and be your sister's keeper, and encourage her and applaud her and compliment her and invite her to events so that she can meet really nice men that will treat her beautifully regardless of what you went through. My single sisters, I love you, and you are lucky because you are enjoying your single season. And I understand that some of you want to come up out of your single season, and that is okay. The advice I give you, be prepared. Don't wait for him to come. Be prepared so that when he comes, you hit the ground running. By the time I met Ula, I had paid off all of my debt. I had paid off my car. I had finished at UCLA. I had moved from a studio to like a one-bedroom, and it was easy for me to make my transition into married life because mine was of a unique situation where I left the country. So you can imagine if I had all of this around. I didn't because I prepared myself. Go back and learn an extra skill. Darlings, it's facts. You need to look attractive. I'm calling it like it is. You want the truth? I'm telling you the truth. You cannot be here and you're overweight. Lose the weight. Because the body, the flesh is only for now. But he needs to be attracted to you. Men are attracted to attractive things, as we all are. And so lose the weight. Look attractive. Wear the dress. Put a little bit of lipstick. Do your hair. Don't come out, I am the way I am. Shit. No, that's not going to get you nowhere. For sure not down the aisle. No, it's not. The men are marrying mothers. That's how they look at you. Yes, we want mothers to take care of the children. Remember that they have come from one household to another. That's what they're looking for. So that you tick those boxes, that you are able to take care. Because you see, let me tell you something. September 11th showed me that. Because there were women that were expecting children. They had everything laid out. They lost their husbands in September 11th. It shook me to the bone. I sat back and I was like, oh, Fumi, wait. It means that you forget the affair. Anything can happen. Supposing he falls sick and he needs care and you're his carer. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My single ladies, when you're out here in these streets, in these concrete jungle streets of dating, and you got these little cookies that are turning 18 and 21 every single summer, you gotta be in the gym. You gotta work out and look fabulous. And do not get me wrong, please, I want you to understand. You see your heart is pumping twice as much because you're heavier. And then you tell me, oh, my knees, oh, my this, my that. Do you know that when you drop the weight, all of a sudden you're feeling lighter, you're feeling better, you're feeling much more confident. Confident is the sexiest thing in heels because you cannot buy it, but when you see it, you know it. So that any size you are, because I love my plus size sisters. I'm not telling you to be like a size 0 or 2 this thing. What I'm saying is that if you have plus size, keep those curves. Work out, be toned. be toned, be looking flawless out here in these streets. Yes, mama. Yes, it's part of it. The guys say it all the time. It's part of it. And make sure that you can financially contribute. And know that for me, that's married, I'm your sis. I will tell you before you come up in here. This is what is going to be a requirement for the job. Because, darlings, being a mother is a full-time job that you don't get paid for. You get the kisses and you get the hugs and you get 1 or 2 presents, this, that, and the third. But it's a full-time job outside of the job that you have. So when I finish from here, as you can very well see, I have another job. I got to make sure that Adrian's okay. The nanny's there, but at the end of the day, that's my baby. Why is he crying? So do you know what's happening? I am talking here, but I'm focused on Adrian. That's a mother. Because you are all over the place when you have children, but you do what you can. And I say this because you're going to have that boss who will say, Fumi, you cannot come late every single day. I have a business to run. But you're a single mom. You're trying to do your best. So I want us to be our sister's keeper. I want us to have very solid conversations. But above all, I want them to be honest. Because we have the marrieds and we have the singles. But we are sisters. So we should teach each other. Teach each other and be there for each other. I have a friend and she knows who she is. When I was single, I just show up in the house. You know what? Give me the baby. And I would tell her, go. Go do whatever. And I stayed with the baby, and he's a beautiful boy now. He's a wonderful boy. And young man, should I say. And she would go about and do what she has to do. And did I want to be married? Yes. I loved her house. And her husband is still a nice guy. And I took care of her son. Because she was my sister. Because even though as much as I wanted to get married and have all of this, she was my sister, my sister's keeper. And she would run around and quickly go and do what she had to do. And that was when it occurred to me. And I told my sisters, bring the children to me. And I fed them and I bathed them, changed their nappies and everything. And I had a particular guy friend. He was a single dad. And all of the children were my flower children when I got married in LA. Pray for me, sis, because once my brand starts, anybody working for me gets free childcare. I could never have known it till I knew it. Everybody, it will not be part of your salary. You'll be paid. And on top of that, you will have free childcare, meaning that you go and find childcare where it's close to you and let the child go there for how many hours, and it will be paid from the company. All of my women, it's a shame that companies have not done that. It should be part of your insurance, because when my child is safe and protected, then I can focus, then I can work. Let me know if you love these kind of episodes, and we'll continue with this, okay? All of my love, my darlings. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love.